Hi friends, Krista here. Thank you for stopping by Books and Jams. Here I am once again, starting another vlog in the gardens. Today I'm sitting in the rose garden. There's my little dude sitting next to me. We're taking a little breather, having some water, finishing his snack. Here, come over here in the shady part, please. Over here.
Two ones.
Yeah, those ones are for the birds. We just are almost done at the gardens today, actually. We've been walking around. We saw the butterflies. We saw a turtle. We saw some flowers. We walked across the rocks. We had a little hike, as we like to call it. When we go in the wooded part, we call that going on a hike. When it is, right? We're going in the woods. We listened to the cicadas and the birds. And now we're gonna run down the hill in a minute, and then it's time to go home. Have lunch with Nana, right? Yeah.
Pop.
And maybe Pop-Up will come too, we'll see. So yeah, I just wanted to kick things off as usual in the gardens. I took a couple clips of some pretty things that we saw. I have some exciting things to share with you later, but I don't want to talk about all that right now. But some big projects happening at my house this weekend. Hey, so I'm home from going to Panera and the chiropractor, and it's time to get started cleaning this room. Oh, this is where I always sit, and this is the view you normally have, which is kind of a mess, but not really that bad. But this is where the embarrassment comes in. This room is no joke, a mess, and it's going to get cleaned in large part today and tomorrow, because last weekend I picked up new bookshelves for this wall and right here. And it's very exciting, and I don't think that I will get to the point of putting up new bookshelves this weekend, but the cleaning has got to get started. I've already done this shelf, the far one. You can see the books are turned sideways. I've already scanned them into Goodreads to make sure that they are there on my want to read shelf or my owned TBR shelf. And I need to make sure all the rest of them are also on that shelf. I don't think all the Newberries are there. I don't think all of my gifted books from my birthday have gotten put into Goodreads. So I have quite a bit of cataloging to do, as well as just straight cleaning up. So are you ready? This is where it's a bit embarrassing, because you don't get to see the real life behind the scenes, but I'm going to show you. So here's a stack of books. This is from my September TBR. Okay. We'll start. Okay, so this you see occasionally. Then there's this mess here. Oh my lands. So there's just like boxes from Pango Books and Book of the Month and a bookshelf behind there somewhere. I mean, there's a vacuum in the middle of the floor. And then if we continue on around, that cart is my Christmas book exchange cart. And then here's some boxes from my brother that need to go up to the attic. Some more books that need to get sold on Pango. The bag that I'm bringing home to my mom next week for her birthday. And then just more mess. This is the cart where my computer sits when I do my lives. That is my book recommendations cart for the year. Christmas book exchange. I can't show you that stack over there. And then my middle grade shelf here. So this room in particular, this stuff here really needs to get cleaned out. So what I'm going to do is sprints. How we do sprints on my channel, typically when I do a live, is 15 minutes of reading and then about 15 to 20 minutes of talking. 2020, my mom calls it because she does 20-minute intervals. I prefer 15-minute intervals. So I'm going to set a timer for 15 minutes and work in this room 15 minutes. I'll just repeat that 15 minutes over and over, but I'm going to do 2 cleaning sprints, one in here, one in my bedroom, which also needs to get done until that's done, bedroom/kitchen. And then I'll sit down and read for 15 minutes. So it's actually 30 minutes of cleaning, 15 minutes of reading, repeat ad nauseum until it's done. Yikes. It is a massive, massive undertaking, but I will check in later and let you know how it's going. I've brought in some of my reusable shopping bags from the car. So these books that are already scanned in, I'm going to get out of this room because ultimately it needs to all get out so that I can rearrange the shelving, figure out how that's going to happen, and then just have a space for new bookshelves to go up. So yeah, everything needs to get out and cleaned and organized, put away. I need those boxes of my brother's to get up in the attic, which is here above my head. Yeah, so a lot of work to do this afternoon and a little bit of reading. I'd never said what I'm reading. Let me sit down. It is series September. So I have on audiobook the first Flavia de Luce novel, The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie. My hold came in on Libby. So I will probably listen to that while I'm cleaning and or watch some BookTube. And then I'm reading Jefferson's Sons because it's a carryover from last month. For some reason, I've been really dragging my feet as far as finishing it. I have just over 100 pages left of that to read, so I should be able to finish it today. It's a middle grade. If I stick to it, I should be able to finish that today. So during my 15-minute reading sprints, I will read Jefferson's Sons, and then while I'm cleaning, I will listen to Flavia de Luce. We'll see how the audiobook of that goes. I've heard good things about the audio, though, so I definitely want to try that one on audio. So we'll see. But I will check in later and let you know how the progress is moving along. All right, time for a progress update. Whew! Look at this corner. Yay, this shelf is all cleared off. I still have to get up into the attic with those. It sounds emptier in here. I brought out most of these. These are all books I'm gonna unhaul, sell on Pango. I have more piles to go out in the other room. I've got half of that shelf done, and just kind of like general tidying has happened a little bit. Yeah, so a couple hours in, well, really only 1 hour in 15-minute increments, maybe a little bit more than an hour. So making definite progress. The rest of my house is a hot mess, but we're getting there. We're getting there, one book at a time. It's 6:30. I'm still going strong. Chances are high that some of my bookshelves will get put together this weekend after all, but I'm in a little bit of a pickle trying to decide what to do right now. Let me show you my options. So on this wall, I used to have a small step down shelf that's going to go into my bedroom. So I moved one of my big bookshelves over there and added some of the shelves off of the other one. I still haven't gone through these books. But I added some of the shelves, and I'm thinking about putting my middle grade over there. I think it could all fit, and it might be interesting because there's some like narrow spaces just because of the way the holes were. But I don't like that the shelves are bowed, and there's nothing I can do about it. Either they're bowed down. I'm hoping that by doing it this way, they'll go back in the other direction. I don't know. But then my other option is this square. These were side by side here in between my tall ones. And I could put Christian fiction and nonfiction on those in that spot. Like either one of these options is going in this spot. And I could keep my middle grade over here, but it'll go on a white shelf because I have enough to put, there will be a white shelf over here. So I'm just trying to decide what to do over there. I guess you'll have to wait and see what I decide. Hey, it is now 8:45 and I think I might be done for the evening. I may have one or two more things I'm gonna do, but I just, well, about an hour ago, sat down and took a break and watched the Junior Bake Off. It's like the Great British Baking Show or the Great British Bake Off. I forget what it's called. But with kids, it's so sweet. I'm loving it so much. So I watched an episode and a half of that, but now I'm going to sit down and read more of Jefferson's Sons. I did take a couple sprints and read this earlier today, so I'm very close to the end now, and I really just want to knock this out tonight, and I should be able to. It's not quite 9 o'clock, so I'm going to get this knocked out. And I did decide on the shelves, so I'll have to show you that tomorrow, and I did think of another place to put the other one that I'm not using in that space. So I'll show all of you that tomorrow. I decided I probably will start putting together my shelves because I made much more progress tonight than I was expecting. But priority number one tomorrow is to go get an oil change in my car. So I'm going to just take it to the auto center at Walmart. It's just cheap and easy, and I can do some shopping while it is getting taken care of, or I could just sit in the waiting area and listen to an audiobook. I did not start an audiobook tonight at all. I did watch a couple booktube videos while I worked on a puzzle during one of my sprints. I did some practice on the piano. So yeah, I got some other things done tonight and a ton done in my library room. So, but I'm tired. My back is really sore. So I'm going to put some ice on it, and I'm going to just chill for the rest of the night because tomorrow's going to be more moving things around. So yay. I'm excited about how much got done today, though. I feel really good about that. I'm excited to wrap up Jefferson's Sons. It has been picking up. As I was reading it earlier today, I was definitely much more interested in it than I was previously. So I'm excited that it has picked up a little. I got some book mail today, which I'll show you tomorrow. And yeah, I think this is going to be it for the night for me, though. I will say hello tomorrow. Good morning. Happy Saturday. I am at the car wash, giving my car some TLC this morning, inside and out. I just went and got the oil changed, and it took way less time than I was expecting. So I was like, why don't I stop at the car wash that's on the way home? And I paid a little extra to have them vacuum and wipe down everything and do the windows and all that stuff. Give it a little TLC today before my long drive tomorrow. So I also have decided that I think I'm going to put together some bookshelves today. We'll see how long it takes to do one of them, but I made so much better progress than I expected yesterday. So I think it needs to happen, at least one, just so I can see and start to get a vision for the room. Yeah, so as soon as I'm done with my car wash, I'm heading home to get going on all that. Should be a good day. This is the current state of things. Books, things from the wall, stacks everywhere in here. And in here, there's one of my carts with stacks on top. 2 bags. There's the bookshelves that need to get put together. Stacks over there. And here is where I decided to put those small square shelves. It's much better than what was there. I still need to clean up stuff, but and here is the state of things in here. This shelf is going away. That shelf is going away. More stacks of books. Middle grade has moved over there. I haven't at all set it up yet, but I think once I finish cleaning out this corner a little bit, I think it's time to start putting bookshelves together. Yay! one finished. Oh, I'm so sweaty. I finished one and have 5 more to do. No, I bought 4 big ones and 1 little one. I finished a big one, so I have 3 more big ones and 1 little one to do. And it took me 32 minutes to do the main part of it, but that's like going to get tools and all that stuff. So it should be just under 30 minutes. I think I'm gonna knock them all out today. The tricky part is this room is just barely big enough to put them together. So I'm gonna have to like stuff them in the corner once they're done in order to have room to put them all together. Yikes. Yikes. But it's not even noon, friends. It's not even noon. It's 11:30. I'm gonna do one more and then I'm gonna take a break for lunch. I haven't eaten anything today because I'm doing intermittent fasting. I still haven't listened to anything, but during this next one I'll listen because now I kind of know what I'm doing. So I haven't read a single thing today. I've just been very focused. I really don't want to have to leave for a week with my house the way it is so that Jordan doesn't have to like finagle around all of my books while I'm gone. I was going to make a separate vlog for all this. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to do it in this one and then I'll do kind of a tour as a separate video at the end or like after this weekend. It's going to be too many clips of too many different things to try to do it in a separate video. I just don't want to do that. So now I'm going to go get one more box and bring it in here and put together another bookshelf. Yay. It makes me very happy. It's going to be amazing once it's done. I'm very excited. I have so much more room. I can tell already. I just have so much more room. They have 6 shelves plus the top. And across the top, I'm gonna put my Newbery books all across the top. I hope they fit. They should. They should fit across the top. Oh, exciting. Exciting stuff happening here. Yay. Well, all of the shelves are put together. Look. Oh, it looks so good. And I'm exhausted. And I've been sitting in this chair for about 20 minutes and my back is going to be very, very sore when I stand up. But I think I need to go have a hot shower and then I need to get cleaned up. I need to put all the cardboard out to the recycling. I need to start bringing things back in here. We're not done yet, folks. We're not done yet. But it's just 5 o'clock-ish, almost 5 o'clock. So I feel like I did pretty good getting them all up today. I'm very pleased. So what I've decided is, so this little shelf is going to be nonfiction. Then I'm just going to do alphabetical by author's last name straight across. Starting there, all the way across. Alphabetical by author's last name. And then the little one, not little, but the one that I'm directly looking at is going to be Book of the Month and Classics. And then this is all middle grade here behind me, which I'm not sure middle grade is all going to fit on there, but I'm going to make it work. So I got my work cut out for me still. But I really need a shower. I just feel gross. I was so sweaty putting those all together. Hopefully someone is doing sprints tonight because I would like to read a little too. Or, I mean, not even read. I need to pack for tomorrow. I still need to practice my music for tomorrow. I have things I got to do still. I need to get moving. I can't sit here for too long, but I definitely need a shower because I feel disgusting. And I'm glad I didn't paint my nails because I broke about every nail putting those all together. But look how nice. I need to lower that shelf right over there so they all match. Oh no, I'm going to leave that bottom one up because I'm going to put puzzles down there. I need to lower the second one over there so those ones match. But it's coming. It's coming. I would like to at least get them in this room. I probably will not organize too much, but I need to get them in here so they're not all over the rest of the house. Poor Jordan. All right, I will check in later. Hey friends, I still have not read a single thing today. And I'm not sure I'm going to. I'm sitting in the kitchen working on my puzzle. Here's my progress. And I want to get this done so that I can put it away before I leave this weekend. I have not worked anymore on cleaning up or anything. I've just been basically sitting and relaxing and working on this puzzle for the last hour and a half or so. I just had breakfast. Nope. I had a dinner of champions. I had some salami slices and then some chips with spinach artichoke dip. And I'm about to have a bowl of cereal. Fabulous healthy dinner tonight. But it's easy and quick and I just don't feel like cooking. And I don't have very much because I've not been buying anything this week, knowing that I was going to be gone for a week. So I still have laundry to do. I still have to pack. I still have a ton of things to do tonight. I did see someone is doing sprints. I forget who it is now. I'm very thirsty. I think I'm a little dehydrated. I need to drink some more water. Anyways, yeah, so I'm just sitting here working on my puzzle. And then I'm gonna get up and do sprints, and I'll alternate between packing and cleaning and worship practice and cleaning up, putting everything back into the library. So that's my super exciting evening. It's been a very productive day, even if I've read 0 pages. If I already had an audiobook going, I would have been able to listen to it while working. But because at the beginning of an audiobook, I usually need to focus a little bit, that would have been difficult to get started because I had to focus on what I was doing to get the shelves up correctly. So I didn't start one. So I watched a little bit of BookTube. I listened to a little bit of music. I was just kind of quiet. I FaceTimed my sister at some point earlier today. And yeah, it's been a great day. I'm very tired already and it's only 6:50, excuse me. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and work on this puzzle till it's done. And that makes me feel good. I might pop on a podcast of some sort. I just don't feel like starting an audiobook right now. I'll save it for my drive tomorrow. I'll get one going. I know which one it's gonna be, The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie, and I'm gonna listen to it while I'm driving tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, I will show you my progress at the very end of the day. See how much I can get done before tonight. Okay. Hey friends, it's 10 o'clock on Saturday night and I'm soon gonna wind down and get ready for bed. But I did promise that I would show you my book mail, especially because I haven't read anything, and so this is kind of like the worst kind of reading vlog. I will have 9.5 hours in the car tomorrow, so I will definitely get some audiobook time in, and that's that. I did practice for worship team tonight, but I didn't film it because my room did not get touched this weekend and things just kept getting put in there, so they're out of the way. I'm done bringing whatever back into this room. I should show you what I've got in here. Let me turn the camera around. Okay, so I'm doing sprints with a booktuber named Skye. Her channel is just Skye, S-K-Y-E. She's hilarious and she's a Christian booktuber. I really enjoy her. She's a new find for me, but she's doing sprints tonight, which has been so helpful in being super productive. I forgot about Christian fiction, so on that shelf is going to be Christian fiction and then maybe book of the month down there, or maybe book of the month and then Christian fiction. I'm not sure. But I brought in all of these bags and my two carts and all those books that were stacked all over the house are now back in here, ready next week to go up back on the shelves. Yay! But for now, I thought I would share with you my book of the month. I picked my choices really early, so they came really quickly, which was awesome. Little blue box is always a fun thing to get outside. Dun, 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 dun. Oh man, I was so excited when this first one was a book of the month. It's one of my anticipated reads this year. Other Birds by Sarah Addison Allen. I absolutely love her. She writes magical realism, which is not normally my thing, but her books are just so charming. And this cover is really beautiful. I don't even remember what this is about. I think it's about an island that has an old folks home on it. Let's see. A narrow alley in the small coastal town of Mallow Island, South Carolina. There's a stunning cobblestone building comprised of 5 apartments. It's called the Delawisp, and it's named after the tiny turquoise birds who, alongside the human tenants, inhabit an air of magical secrecy. When Zoe comes to claim her deceased mother's apartment at the Delawisp, she meets her quirky, enigmatic neighbors, including a girl on the run, a grieving chef whose comfort food does not comfort him, 2 estranged middle-aged sisters, and 3 ghosts, each with their own story, each with their own longings, each whose ending isn't yet written. Yeah, that's only half of the description, but that's enough for me. So I'm really excited for that one. And then I did get one add-on this month, and this is a chunker, but I just couldn't resist this historical fiction called The Attic Child by Lola J. I've never heard of her before. I don't know if this is a debut or if she's written something else. Another stunning cover. Look at it again. It's so cool. It's so pretty. 2 children separated by almost a century, bound by a secret. So I believe it's a dual narrative of love, loss, and identity centering on 2 children separated by decades who, bound by a secret, find themselves locked away in the same attic years apart. So we're in the early 1900s where we have little Celestine, who was taken from his homeland. He's 12 years old. He spends most of his time locked away in the attic of a large house by the sea. The only time Celestine isn't bound in by the confines of the small space is when he is acting as an unpaid servant to English explorer Sir Richard Babington. And then in 1974, we have Laura, a young orphan girl born into wealth and privilege, finds herself trapped in the same attic. Searching for a ray of light in the attic, she finds a message carved on the wall, written in an unidentifiable language, and under the floorboards, an old-fashioned pen, a porcelain doll, and a beaded necklace. So these 2 kids were both trapped or held in this attic. It just sounded kind of eerie and interesting, and I just needed to know more. So I chose that as my add-on. So I'm really excited about these 2 Book of the Month picks for September. Yay. Let me know if you've heard anything about Attic Child. I know it's a newer release, but yeah, I'm excited. Oh, there's a bookmark too. What does it say this month? Friends Don't Let Friends Dog Ear Books. That's funny. Okay, I'm just going to put them back in there. Okay, and then this box is from Once Upon a Book Club. I was not expecting it to be so big. So let's take a look at it. In July, I ordered 2. I ordered some Once Upon a Book Club boxes. One of them I've already filmed the beginning of a vlog for, so I'm not going to tell you about that one, but I knew the book in that one. And then I think I wanted to do one that's kind of like a blind one, and I don't remember if I did a whole subscription or if I just ordered the one. I don't know, so we'll see, I guess. So Once Upon a Book Club is a fun subscription box where you get gifts that go along with the book. So the gifts, I don't want to read any of this because it's going to tell me stuff, I think. Oh man, there's like packing stuff in here. The gifts all have a page number on them, page 291. So when I get to page 291, I pause and come and open the gift. So this just has, I do not want this paper stuff to go all over the room. Page 15. It sounds like a necklace. I just want to get to the book. Why is there a big box in here? I think I'm going to have to put these all over. What's this? Ooh, page 261. Usually it all comes in one smaller pink box. This is just a little odd, which is why I'm digging to find out. Holy moly. This is one of the gifts. It's heavy. That's wicked heavy. Page 37. That is so heavy. Is it a game? What is that? It jingled. Oh my word. That's why we have such a big box. All right, let's see what the book is. Oh, I chose this as my book of the month last month, but I like this copy better. So last month I was working with book of the month and they sent me 2 choices I could pick. I think that's it. All right, let me get this box off my lap. Hold on. I'm covered in this stuff now. Okay. So the book is The Many Daughters of Afang Moy by Jamie Ford. It's a beautiful copy. Don't change, change the world is the quote that's on the back. Wow, it's so pretty. Little purple flowers. Everything is so pretty. It has sprayed edges. Looks like letters or like, yeah, parts of letters. Even on the top and the bottom too. This is a gorgeous edition. It's the Once Upon a Book Club edition. Oh, look at those end papers. I want to see what the naked hardback looks like. Oh my word. It's beautiful. Gold foiling. Gold title on the spine. Wow, this is a gorgeous edition. Oh my word. Dorothy Moy breaks her own heart for a living. As Washington's former poet laureate, that's how she describes channeling her dissociative episodes and mental health struggles into her art. But when her 5-year-old daughter exhibits similar behavior and begins remembering things from the lives of their ancestors, Dorothy believes the past has truly come to haunt her. Fearing that her child is predestined to endure the same debilitating depression that has marked her own life, Dorothy seeks radical help. Through an experimental treatment designed to mitigate inherited trauma, she connects with the past generations of women in her family. So Faye, a nurse in China serving with the Flying Tigers, Zoe, a student in England at a famous school with no rules, Lai King, a girl quarantined in San Francisco during a plague epidemic, Greta, a tech executive with a unique dating app, and Afang Moy, the first Chinese woman to set foot in America. So it's going to kind of go through all the women in this family. But I'm so curious about these gifts, in particular this heavy-duty one. Wow. I'm going to want to read this book soon. Because how come you not when you have gifts to open along the way? That is so fun. This is not a sponsored video. I paid my own monies and treated myself for my birthday for this. This is a little bit more expensive than some of the other subscription boxes, which is why I probably won't continue it, but it is fun to get every once in a while. It's a little treat. Yay! This is very exciting. So you may see this book show up on a TBR soon. Probably won't get to it in September. I am very determined to make progress on series in September. I was going to try to stay up and do one more sprint with Sky and the crew and do some actual reading today, but I think I need to finish my laundry and get ready for bed. I have not even started packing yet, and I'm leaving directly from church. So I need to pack between tonight and tomorrow. Everything needs to get into the car. So it's been a very productive day. But not a reading productive day, and that's okay too. I'm tired. That's it for me tonight. I will talk to you tomorrow. Hey, happy Sunday. Good morning, everybody. It is 11:50 and I just got done with worship at church. Sorry, I could not give my phone to anybody. It was a crazy morning, but we did great. I led 2 of the songs and I led from the keys, and then another girl sang who led the other 2 songs, and it went really well. Yeah, it was really a nice service. Well, worship part, I left. We have a guest speaker today, and I I'm getting on the road. I was going to leave out some shorts to put on while I drive, but I forgot, so I'm just going for it. I'm just gonna drive in my jeans. Once my car cools down with the air conditioning, it should be okay. I could probably roll them up a little bit. And if it gets too bad, I mean, my bag is just in the back there. I could always just find some shorts to switch to. But yeah, here we go. 9 hours. I'm going to listen finally to an audiobook. I'm going to start The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie, which is the first in the Flavia de Luce mystery series. So I'm really looking forward to that. If I need a break from it, I'm going to switch to Gregor the Overlander by Suzanne Collins. Oh, Alan Bradley wrote the first book, the Flavia de Luce series. Suzanne Collins of Hunger Games fame actually wrote a middle grade series called Gregor the Overlanders. It is a fantasy series that I'm going to try to listen to as well. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm going to get on the road because I've got a 9-hour drive. So it's 11:52, say noon-ish to get going. I will probably stop. I have a full tank of gas. I have fresh oil. But I'll stop for lunch maybe like in an hour or so. I grabbed a Pop-Tart from the kids' room at church to keep me going for the first little bit. I just want to kind of get on the road, and I will stop at some place and get probably an iced chai for the caffeine, and I will grab some lunch along the way. But and at that point I'll let you know how my listening's going. But first, I have a hair tie because I'm throwing my hair up. I was so sweaty leading worship today. I just didn't have any air blowing on me, and I got really hot because I got really into it. So I was like, my lip was sweating, my neck was sweating, I could feel a drip down my back, like it just got really hot. Usually where I play on the keys, it's closer to where a blower is for the air conditioning, so I can feel it during service. But because I was leading today, they put me more in the middle, and I didn't have anything blowing on me, and I just got really sweaty. So there's that lovely information for you. But here we go. I'm gonna get driving. Let's go. Happy Sunday. Sunday afternoons are not my favorite time to drive. I am getting very sleepy, so I just pulled over at a rest stop because I don't really need gas or anything right now. I'm just gonna run in and like move around a little bit, use the restroom. I might just like sit here and close my eyes for 10 minutes and like, take a little power nap. I'm just getting tired, and that's not safe. So I pulled over. I need to get some more water. I have a little bit of ice left in here, but whoo, I'm in Maryland. I've gone through Virginia, through a little tiny bit of West Virginia, and now I'm in Maryland. Oh no, I'm in Pennsylvania now. I went through Maryland already. Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland. Now I'm in Pennsylvania, and then it's New York. I'm getting there. I'm probably halfway, almost, but I'm tired. So, gotta move around. Get the blood moving a little bit. Yikes. Hello. It is Tuesday morning at 10:30, and I need to wrap up this vlog. I came home Sunday, made it safely. I know some of you were probably concerned after my last clip. I made it totally safely home. Had to stop more than normal, but that's okay. Being awake is more important than getting here early. So it was a longer trip than normal, but I made it. Spent all day yesterday with my mom and sister. It was very rainy. We were hoping to go to the New York State Fair because it was the last day, but it was so rainy that we decided not to. It would have been kind of miserable. So we just kind of hung out around home, and around 4, we went to a matinee of Where the Crawdads Sing, which was really good. I'm so glad I finally saw that movie. And I just finished this book. Yay! 500 Miles from You by Jenny Colgan. This is the 3rd book in the Bookshop on the Shore series trilogy, I guess. So it could fulfill my bingo prompt for series September of That's a Wrap, because it was the 3rd one and finishes that trilogy. But it also could do Three's a Crowd because it's in a trilogy. And it could also do Blast from the Past because it's been a couple of years since I read Bookshop on the Shore. So this is a great series September book. It was super cute. We got to see some of our characters from the first 2 books, Nina and Zoe. But in this one, we follow Lissa, who is a healthcare worker in London, sees a tragic accident and really has a hard time kind of getting past it. So her HR person and her boss kind of strongly encourage or make her do this exchange program where she goes up to a small town in Scotland for 3 months, and a healthcare worker from Scotland comes to London and takes her patients and position for 3 months. So it's just like a little exchange. And these two have to, Cormac is the one who comes from Scotland. So they have to communicate every day about their cases and touch base. And then they start chatting, and they have never met in person. They don't even really know what each other looks like. But of course, sparks start to fly. It's super cute. It's very sweet. It also brought me to tears. The end, like, it just was it was just very touching. So I really enjoy this series. I like Jenny Colgan a lot for kind of sweet but heartfelt stories, and getting a taste of like the Scottish Highlands. I'm down for that. So finally, a little bit of reading in this vlog. I will say that while I was driving yesterday, I listened to about, I don't know, 20% maybe of the Flavia de Luce, the first book, The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie. But I think the narrator's voice started to lull me to sleep, because that's when I first started getting really tired. So I had to stop listening to that one. But I do like Flavia. I think that she is spunky and really smart and kind of a fun protagonist. She's 11 years old. She discovers a man dead in her garden and is determined to kind of help the police inspectors figure out what happened. I'm enjoying that one, and I will continue, just not on a drive. And then I switched over to Gregor the Overlander by Suzanne Collins, which is a fantasy, and I only made it maybe 5 or 6% into that one, just a couple chapters, and that also wasn't hitting the spot for me, so I stopped listening to that. Finally, I ended up listening to Love and to Loathe by Martha Waters. It's the second in a trilogy. I have the first one, To Have and to Hoax, at home, but for some reason I didn't realize that this wasn't the first one. I think they're companions. I think it's going to be okay. It is a Regency romance, but it's a little bit on the spicier side of things. Definitely more emphasis on sexy times than like a sweet Regency romance. But in this one, I don't remember their names, but we have a young widow, another guy who is a bit of a rake. And so, of course, these two are going to get together, but they have a very sparky relationship. Like, they can't be around each other without a lot of banter and a lot of like sarcastic jokes with each other. And they don't really seem to get along, but they kind of love the banter that they have with each other. Of course, there's a lot of like sexual tension underlying all of that. When he gets told by one of his ex-mistresses that he's not that great in bed, he kind of makes this proposal to her, who just wants to have some flings, that they can have a fling, and she can tell him honestly, because she's always been very brutally honest with him. She can tell him honestly. So, of course, they start this relationship, but there's going to be like a deeper connection between the two of them besides just this surface level sexual chemistry that they have. So it is a little spicier than I normally read. I did have to skip ahead a couple times, but it is still a really fun listen, and exactly the type of listen that I needed to keep me awake in the car. For some reason, like, I've discovered that I have a hard time starting a new book that's not a rom-com in the car. If I had started Flavia de Luce or Gregor the Overlander elsewhere and was able to pay attention and kind of get invested in the story elsewhere, I think it would have been fine in the car. But to start it and get to know all these people and get to know the world and get to know what's going on, it just wasn't what I needed in the car. I needed something light and bantery and quick and fun and sparky, and that's exactly what To Love or To Loathe, that's exactly what it provided for me. And so I was able to stay awake for the rest of the way home. I only have about an hour and a half left on the audiobook, so I might be able to even finish that today. But I did just spend the morning finishing 500 Miles From You. So now I need to get this video edited and up for you, because I don't like to wait too long after the weekend to post a weekend reading vlog. So 4 books started, 1 book finished, not too bad. bookshelves up. Like, it was a super productive weekend. It already feels like a long time ago. But I have the day now. I'm in New York for the week. My mom and sister are back to work as of today. So yesterday I just wanted to spend time with them since it was their last kind of day of the summer. We didn't really do too much, but it was a fun day to just hang out. Let's chat down below. You guys know I love talking with you in the comments down below, and anything that you saw in this video or anything that you want to talk about, let's chat. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you hanging out with me, and I look forward to talking with you in another video very soon. Bye.